I don't know if this is gonna make it to YouTube, but hi YouTube. We're gonna be reacting to Valkyrae getting into some shit, I guess. Okay, so this one is from WestJett, which is JETT. And it says Valkyrae just showed her true colors. I've seen a lot of videos with this title, so I think everybody's just kind of using the same one. But there's been a lot of situations with Valkyrae in the past, so I'm curious to see like what is going on with this one and why everybody is saying some stuff. So let's see what's going on.
Wait, Valkyrae is in a hot water and everybody is hating on her. Her brother passed away and she
I've seen literally nothing about this. I saw it on another stream and then I saw part 2 of my recommended and I was just like, you know what? This seems like a good video to react to.
made it about herself.
I didn't stream yesterday. My brother passed away yesterday.
Yesterday?
And
Why do streamers need to tell everyone personal? It's so odd.
I had like my meetings and my mom called me and she's like, yeah, Mark
I mean, were they
died."
just not
And I was
close?
like, oh,
Wait.
shit.
Man, she seems distraught. You know what? I'm not gonna judge yet. I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge.
She's not even a real
And
human
I'm
at
gonna
this
reel it
point.
in.
She's just a trope of leftist beliefs. I bet her brother just said something like abolishing police is bad and now she hates him forever.
Okay, that was unexpected.
Yeah, yeah, he had a really bad alcohol problem and he
Whoa! You know, I wouldn't really want people just airing that out on the internet. Who needs to grieve? Turn your brother's death into content. Oh my god. Ooh, buddy. This is that's rough, buddy moment.
If you were my sister, I'd have a pretty bad alcohol problem too. I'm surprised
Damn, this guy has some bangers.
he stopped at booze, to be honest.
Yeah, so that was yesterday. I just felt really bad because I had like a lot of resentment towards him.
That explains it.
We did not have a relationship.
Also explains it.
I was like kind of angry yesterday because he just like didn't treat my mom with respect. He did not like my mom. And then my mom was like crying on the phone yesterday to me.
Okay, but why did
Why does she sound bothered about that? She's like, oh my god, my mom was like crying on the phone to me yesterday. Ugh. I just like felt so bad because like we weren't on good terms, so like wasn't sure if I could like ouch man. I saw like a clip of someone reacting to this and like they're like, oh, like I don't want to be too hard on her, blah blah, and I'm sitting here like, oh, it seems pretty fucking rough.
she even feel the need to share this? I feel like I don't hate her or anything. I more so pity her.
I don't like judge people for sharing things that go like if it's like, oh yeah, my brother died, like I've just been really going through it, I'm so sorry streams, but I don't judge people for that. I don't think streamers should get shit for that, like the guy in the video was saying, but like the rest of this is pretty horrific.
Anyway, chat, my brother died, but today we got a cool Among Us lobby with my other Chinese friends. Yippee! Also,
Where'd the Chinese come from?
just to be clear, I don't think she's saying anything too crazy. It's just the fact that she's saying it in the first place. You know, it's slightly odd.
It's the way she's saying it for me. Like she seems bothered that her mom was upset. Like, mom, he disrespected you. Like, you shouldn't be sad.
Didn't treat my mom with respect. He did not like my mom. And then my mom was like crying on the phone yesterday to me. And then she was like, you should forgive him. And I was like, well, yeah, I guess I have to because he's dead.
Bro, this is worse than I expected. Holy shit. Well, yeah, I guess I have to now.
Like, well, I don't know. This freaking sucks. Like, I don't know. I was like angry and she was like, no, she's like, it's okay. Just forgive him. And I'm like, fine, I forgive him. But what the like,
damn, she really sounds like she forgave him.
I shouldn't have to forgive him just because he died.
I mean, she's not wrong, but like, damn. Like, fuck, dude. Well, I guess I have to now.
I was like, okay, no, that's fine. And so I was just having a
I forgive you for being an alcoholic. Thanks. A little late now that I'm dead, but cool, I guess. Like, I know there's a lot that goes into alcoholism, man. It is really fucking hard on the family, not just the person who's addicted, but like, it also sucks when the family ends up hating the person that has the disease instead of being like, I guess just mournful and griefful of like the fact that their like family member is basically gone unless they get help. Like it just sucks. Like I don't I understand being upset, but like holding on to it to this is wild. And she just sounds like it's just a burden to her that her mom is upset. Like, yeah, he disrespected her and like wasn't super nice to her, but that's because he was going through fucking addiction. Your mom seems to understand that. It'd be one thing if your mom asked you to forgive him for literally fucking murdering someone, but he died. But dude, like God forbid she ever, because like if one person in the family is addicted, she has a chance of it too. It is a burden to her. I mean, apparently.
Weird day yesterday, and I was like,
It's just a weird day.
You know what'll make it better? Some Among Us with your Chinese friends. All right, relax, guys. I'm not actually a racist. I have Chinese friends. Well, you know, technically they're Korean, but whatever. L
Oh my God.
China, W Korea.
L China, W Korea is crazy.
we never had a relationship. I feel like he never allowed us to have a relationship. After my dad passed away, he never tried talking to my sister and I again. So it's like, why? Like, okay, yeah.
Why should I worry? Why should I care? Yeah.
Great, you passed away. Fine.
This just keeps getting worse.
Is it just me, or does this seem very personal? Like, why are you sharing this? You know what I mean? Let your brother rest in peace. It hasn't even been one day yet.
Bro's sitting there as a ghost, like watching her stream, like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, I don't know. I feel bad for his kids because his kids are actually nice to us. But it's like, damn.
Bro, the kids are mourning the loss of their father. The body is still
I feel kind of bad for the kids. Like, as
warm.
they were nice to us. I feel a little bad about that.
Saying all this, bruh. Take some advice.
But like, I have questions now that she's shared this publicly on the internet. Like, did he die because of like his organs were damaged from alcoholism, but he had actually gotten like help and rehab, and like he had his kids, and like his kids and his other family are nice to her. So obviously that's not like a super turmoil issue. So like, is this one of those situations where like he got better and he just died of like an organ failure, or like was he still an alcoholic to the point where he passed away? Now I need more context. I could very easily see this bitch not supporting him at all. I could very well see him being upset with her and her sister for never fucking supporting him and being like, you're just mean to our mom. We don't give a shit about you.
Smosh it. Shut it up. Anyway. There is quite literally nothing wrong with this reaction, lol. You don't owe bad people in your life anything just because they died. Dying doesn't make that person any less of a person.
We don't know that they were even a shitty person, though. They just didn't have a fucking relationship, and he had alcoholism. Like, alcoholism. Anyway.
You know what? True. That's true. We don't know anything about her brother or the specifics of their relationship. But why talk about this?
Well, that's the thing, though. We don't know that he was shitty.
What's the female equivalent of shut up and dribble?
Wait, I've seen this clip.
Someone said Erica Kirk.
Look, I get it if you are not really close with your brother, but you got to think of the family here and the kids, and even your mom, because it's still her son. You're a public figure talking about their father and how he's dead from being an. You're throwing out your.
It's not like she's a fucking VTuber that no one knows about. She's a fucking IRL cam stream. Like, and if he never got help, this is still pretty fucked up. No, I just mean like, if he got help and it was basically her and her sister holding the grudge and they're the reason, because the mom being like, will you forgive him now? But like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of giving that like he probably got help and something shitty happened, but like she's deflecting the fact that he was an alcoholic and they never had a relationship as to why she doesn't really care that much. Bro became an alcoholic after his fucking dad died, and you hate him for that?
Family's trauma out there. I think that's very wrong. People are trying to confuse the idea that Ray is psychotic to she might have just be in shock of what's going on.
Even a broken.
You know, I kind of want that body language expert to analyze her fucking shit.
Clock is right twice a day, but like, come on, love or hate Mizkif, he's right. Very brave of Mizkif to watch this with the stuffed animals in the
all right, this guy's pretty funny.
Back. Oh, maybe the stuffed animals in her background triggered him, but anyway, let's move on. Anyway, Pokimane responds to the backlash she received for the way she acted towards her brother's passing.
Lose a family member.
God, I fucking swear he said Pokimane. I swear to God that guy just said Pokimane.
Anyway, Pokimane responds.
Family member that you don't have a good relationship with. It's very complicated. And for some reason, some people can't understand that. It's so weird. It's actually so weird.
I beg to disagree. It's actually pretty simple. People just disagree with you because they inherently have different values, and nobody's going to change how you feel or they feel.
It's not my job to make everyone understand.
At the end of the day, it's the end of the day, and I might have just had an Andrew Schultz level epiphany because, like, I'm operating strictly out of logic, and she's kind of emotional right now because obviously her brother died, and she's a woman.
Grief is a roller coaster.
Honestly, that's her biggest offense, being a woman.
Yeah, it is. And I think I need to give myself a little more grace because
It's not that you need to give yourself grace. You should have given yourself time to fucking process it. You should have given yourself time to process it before you talked about it on the goddamn internet in front of thousands of strangers.
God damn it, people piss me off. A lot of people reached out, which was nice. It was really, really nice.
Okay, but the
I'm gonna be real. If I was her friend, I would have reached out and be like, girl, I saw your stream yesterday. Are you good, fam? Like, that was crazy.
only person here you can blame is yourself, bruh. You brought this out into the world. Nobody forced you to talk about this, so, like, why get mad at the people? As Marcus Aurelius said, when you wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous. Basically, you're tripping if you expect Twitter to give you the best interpretation of what you're dealing with.
Only people that understand what it's like to have bad relationships with family members will probably understand. I don't know how to describe it.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't have a great... This isn't immediate family, but like cousins, nieces, nephews, uncles, whatever. If something happened to them, out of everybody that like I've not got a relationship with in my life at this point, it wouldn't affect me because I wouldn't hear about it. No one would tell me. There's no one to tell me. We have no connection to that side of the family whatsoever. If for whatever reason, my step siblings passed, even though I don't have a relationship with them, and there is still like, there is some like resentment there. And I do make petty comments just out of like coping with humor or whatever. But like, again, if they ever reached out, I'd be open to it as long as I've seen change. I have seen change in one step sibling. They've grown a lot. They went to therapy, they got meds, they're doing great. But like the thing is like I wouldn't just go to the internet and be like, yeah, like my stepbrother died and like like my mom's husband is like so upset about it or whatever. Like, ugh. Like, I don't know, dude. That's crazy to me. Like, even then, like, I would be sad. Like, I don't have a relationship. They didn't do me dirty necessarily. They did some things that were wrong. But like, it's been so long at this point that like, you can have a bad relationship with somebody and still recognize that someone dying and leaving kids behind deserve a tiny bit of sympathy. Yeah. Oh yeah, he does have a kid. So, I mean, that's the thing is like, it obviously would be incredibly hard on his wife and kid.
I genuinely don't. I don't know. I just could not believe.
It's complicated, but I bet those kids don't freaking like understand that it's complicated. Those kids are probably like, wow, my dad just died.
How obliterated once again I was getting for not reacting the right way.
You're not getting, bro. It's because you fucking like I don't victim blame a lot of times, but in this one, like, dude, you've been streaming for how fucking long? And you haven't learned? It's the same with Twitter. All of your life is getting criticized on the internet. Why would you give them more ammunition?
To my brother passing, I don't know.
Like, is she just gonna stand at the funeral with her arms crossed, being like, ugh, can't believe I'm here right now? And someone's gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for your loss. And she'll be like, oh my God, don't worry about it.
Okay, but why do you care? You could say something as easy as 2 + 2 = 4 on Twitter, and somebody will be like, no, it's 5. And
Yeah,
the
exactly.
age of consent is too high.
It's so annoying. I'll never be able to get closure with him. Makes me mad.
Bro died.
Okay, several years later, multiple years later, I still made the joke that I am upset my friend passed away before I could ever talk to them and we could sort our shit out. But that was multiple years later. And like, I don't talk to any of his friends or family. And that was my fucking best friend until whatever happened. But like, for like the first like 6 months to a year or more, I wasn't sitting there going like, ugh, how dare he die? Now I'm never gonna get closure. I have way less sympathy for this. Dude, I'm judging her even harder after this.
Make this about me. We need Dr. K up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm genuinely Don't listen to me. I'm just jester maxing for some ad revenue.
Jester man.
Valkyrae announces she has started freezing her eggs at the age of 34 so she can have a baby in the future.
Oh god. Dude, the idea of having a baby at 40 is like not the worst thing in the world, but it's like, oh, I want to be 60 with a 20-year-old. No, thank you.
Best time to freeze your eggs is from 30 to 34. So I was like, this is
You're
the
like,
year.
I gotta go.
I'm getting it done.
Didn't Ray just
Damn, you mean I gotta turn into a hag and freeze my eggs? A month ago, that she doesn't want kids because she doesn't want to fuck up her whole career and everything. I know she wants kids. I know after talking to her, she wants kids. I don't know. They said she didn't want kids. I think she just like thought having kids would hurt her career so badly that it's not worth it. The pros and cons of having kids are now that people are holding their something for being 34 and like, oh, it's beneficial to have kids now. And it just attacks me for my age.
Position. 25,000 likes on this video and you will never see a Mizkiff clip again on this channel. We're about to break some records, but I gotta give it to Mizkiff. He puts Tectone's ex-girlfriend onto his stream so Tectone can't react to any of his videos.
Hey, that's kind of hilarious, though. That's kind of fucking funny. Holy shit. That's an insane level of petty. No, that's really... I love that, honestly.
Man, f you, WestJett. That ain't even my real ex-girlfriend. My heart lies with the Genshin Impact baddies, to who I goon to every night.
I don't know why people are clouding her for this one. I actually think this is a good idea, especially since
Now I don't know if he was joking about the ex-girlfriend thing or not. But either way, that's
she's
hilarious.
like 42. Anyway, back to her brother. The empathy people. They have more empathy for people 7,000 miles away than their blood relatives. She really dying on that hill, also streaming the next day after he died. Everyone in the comments calling her strange or heartless for not feeling deep grief doesn't really understand what it's like to have a complicated traumatic relationship with an addict in the family. People love to say family is family, like that's some unbreakable rule, but it really isn't. You don't owe anyone automatic love, grief, or loyalty just because you share DNA. Relationships are built on how people actually treat you.
But that's not
If you
the
want
issue.
people to genuinely mourn you when you're gone, show up positively in their lives while you're here. It's that simple.
Oh, that's fucked up. You're like, sorry, I was too busy being addicted to alcohol to show up for my family and be a good person. Sorry, I was going through a fucking, like, addiction. My bad. My fucking bad, dude.
Wow, this is how your sisters respond when you die, guys. They make it about them, don't actually care, air you out publicly, profit. Women are incredible. No, that guy
God bless women.
is definitely trolling hard because no one in their right mind would compare all women to a Twitch streamer.
Because you are chronically not in a relationship, you don't want to have children, and they are living through a fake relationship that they created in their head through the stream. Stick to that. If you're gonna farm Sims, do that. Speaking ill of the dead of your own family member one day after when he has kids, it's like, it gets to a point, no?
And that's like the point.
For real, the guy has children. I think that makes it a bit icky, right? And again, a death doesn't impact just one person, so the fact that she took this executive call, whether it's impulsive or not, just shows a maturity. Then again, she is a Twitch streamer, so she hasn't mentally developed since high school, so math adds up.
I know, math is hard. When you lose someone that you're related to that you don't have a healthy relationship with, there are a lot of people like that, like me. And I think it's reassuring that there are a lot of people that are being empathetic towards my emotions. I'm really sad today. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really sad.
Now that
Why are you on? Whatever.
I've come across as a giant piece of I'm actually sad. This one's quite a
anyway.
doozy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and that's about it. See ya.
I think it's one of those things though where it's just like I don't even know. Like, to that one response, the only issue I had is where it's like, leave a positive impact because this is how people will talk about you. And I'm just sitting here like, I'm sorry, I was too busy being addicted to fucking alcohol to like leave a positive impact. My bad, bro. All right, there is a part 2 to this. Apparently it gets worse. I'm done.
Massive day for the unemployed. Valkyrae didn't like the backlash she was getting and started crying on
Oh,
the
you just started out
internet.
saying, okay.
Oh no. Missed my last video because you have a job? Well, basically her brother died and she made it about herself.
Just want to say thank you to those that were being empathetic towards me and understanding that I was just
In shock.
I was being irrational.
Here's the thing. I think this is where like the other person was saying they don't want to judge her too harshly, but like unfortunately, while this does fit within the realms of how grief works, because this was so fucking public and because this was so out there and so weird in the first place, like this just comes off as like fake as shit. Like this just comes off super, super fake.
Yeah.
If he would have just like, if he would have just just like called or like just even an apology for something minor, like, hey,
an apology for something minor? So you didn't even need that much to reconnect with him. So why didn't you do it yourself? Why are you so focused on him apologizing to you? What on earth did he do? The thing is too, is like none of this is her being like, I wish I had just taken the 5 minutes to reach out. I wish I had tried. I wish I had done this or done that or done this or like anything. She's putting it all on him. Like if he had just apologized for something minor, that's all she wanted, and she couldn't do that.
Here she is with Ludwig's dishwasher there, angry at Twitter for being Twitter. That's like a doctor being mad that his patient caught a fever, bruh. It's expected.
Yeah.
sorry, I haven't talked to you. I would have threw everything out the window.
Right.
I would have oh,
Would you? Just for saying, sorry I haven't spoken to you. How are you? Would you really have like dropped everything like that? Because if that's all it would have taken, then you should have just like, I know it's like hindsight is 2020 or whatever, but like all of this is putting it on him. All of this is putting the responsibility and the blame on him still. Why didn't my stupid brother say sorry to me before he fucking died? Smudge.
let's go get coffee. Let's go. I'll fly out to Washington right now. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
Fly? Oh my god. That's not a small like, oh, okay girl. Okay girl.
Like I just even a crumb of like effort,
Right.
you know?
Right. Yeah.
It's hard.
Well, like, it sounds like what more than likely happened is that you guys didn't support him at all. And so, like, isn't that just like a fucking table full of booze, too? Can we just, like, talk about the irony? Can we just, like, talk about the table full of booze? Or are we just gonna leave that there?
When you care and the other person doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot.
Wait, what is her face? Hang on. Wait.
And the other person doesn't.
I thought she was kind of smiling a bit. Oh, she... What is that face? Is giving, like, even I can't take you seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people that experience the same thing. Like, I think this is such a common thing.
No, this is very common.
This is
Yeah. It's super common to like talk about it on the internet in front of like thousands of people, and probably now like at least 1 million have seen it, and then they're gonna tell people, and it's gonna spread to the family, and the family's gonna know about it, and they're gonna know how you talked about your brother, and then it's gonna make them feel like you're a shitty person. So yeah, that happens all the time. Actually, just happens all the time.
such a common thing, and it's normal. This is normal.
It sounds like she's trying to convince herself more than anything.
Grief is normal.
And you know what? Maybe I was too harsh on Valkyrae as well. The reason why she leaked all this isn't because she's weird and schizophrenic. It could just be because she has nobody else to talk to.
I think I should.
I mean,
I
fair.
should know better.
I'm starting to actually get tired of blaming us. I really am. I've decided this. Like, I'm really tired.
True.
Damn, bro.
It's never your fault. It's always some external that you can't control. Smart.
Of you've done the same thing for 8 years, right?
She's gonna keep playing.
So you should know better. Like, I hate to victim blame. I really, really do. I really, really hate to be like, it's your fault. But like, I feel like she knew the consequences of talking about this live on stream after 8 fucking years.
Among us with her Chinese friends until 2042.
Bro, I'm gonna get canceled for being a hater. Jesus Christ. Maybe I shouldn't make content like this and post it on YouTube. All right, anyway, back to the video.
No.
You've been 11. There you go. You've been
11? Bro, just stop going through your grief on but she has to now because she's gone in too deep.
to an internet audience that you grew by being you, and only now are people being so disingenuous.
Only now. Let me pick up a fucking Rolodex of the instances where this girl has gotten canceled on the internet.
To monetize their own like insidious like interpretation of what you're doing. Like, I'm done.
I'm so insidious, guys. I'm like, this is my insidious interpretation. I'm being so insidious right now.
With it. I'm done apologizing. No,
Valkyrie's having a decent moment of clarity and you're clouding her brain with your bullshit.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of really bad. Oh no.
One is dating Hassan and the other is friends with Hassan. Their judge of character probably means the brother was actually a decent dude.
Based.
Yeah, the brother said it was a shot.
There's such a mixed info on her fucking dating Hassan though. Like Hassan has said something about it, and then like they took it back, and allegedly they broke up, and then they did. I don't know.
A collar, not a vibrating collar. They dropped his ass.
Go f yourself. You're allowed to feel these things. You
Did they though? Cause like she defended him.
really are.
I'm
You're
pretty sure they
allowed
both
to-
defended
you're allowed
him.
to go onto autopilot mode and be like, my brother. Like,
On the internet in front of his kids. I mean, no one's saying you can't, but like it's not the best idea, girl.
like these are normal feelings to have.
Yeah, it goes both ways. You share stuff on the internet, people are allowed to criticize.
That's the thing is like people are gonna have opinions and like everything you say on the internet is like it sucked. Don't get me wrong. Like the issue is that we feel too safe. I mean, she's been streaming for 11 years. She should know better. But like a lot of us as streamers, we end up feeling too safe and we end up in our own bubble and we end up in our own community. And the second that like something we say or do gets outside of our communities, it's like devastating, including myself. Like one of these days, this shit is gonna come back to bite me. You'll get canceled for a woman joke, not React content.
To be paraplegic because I can't stand you.
And it just
God damn it.
sucks that now everybody is so, like, so angry that
You wanna know what though? We wouldn't be judging it on the internet if it wasn't on the internet.
then they decide to pick you apart for having a very normal part of grief. Like, it's so normal.
Yeah,
Not to put it on the internet though.
She's straight up the devil on Valkyrie's shoulder, preventing her from having any meaningful growth in her life. She still doesn't understand the problem. The problem
Yeah.
is not that she had a strained relationship with her brother. The problem is that she aired out his private problems to millions and bashed him the day after he died. You don't insult someone when their body isn't even cold yet and their children could be grieving.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mark died, and I was like, oh shit.
She doesn't even have to explain herself, bro. Like, we know that you're dealing with grief and stuff like that. Just say, my bad, and move on. Yeah, don't listen to your friend who's spoon
Streamers can do stuff without putting it on the internet. Is that even allowed? Fair.
feeding you delusional slop.
I think video games.
That's the thing is like I'm really open with you guys, but if my bubble ever bursts, like nothing I ever talk about, I would feel bad about talking about in the sense that like my medical stuff or whatever, like I might reel it in because like one of the issues I didn't talk about so much in the first like year or two I was streaming is because like I just didn't want to open myself up to like a bunch of questions. But like nothing I've ever like really like talked about for my personal life I regret putting on the internet. If I was a face cam streamer, some of it might be a regret just because like some of it is like personal stuff, but like I've never mentioned anybody's names. No one knows who the fuck I am. Like even if they do figure it out, like I stand by that like I've had strained relationships with family in the past and like I've gone through some shit and like it is what it is. And like I've been honest is like I wouldn't sit here like after one of them passed and be like, man, if only they had reached out and said they were sorry.
Has been my escape since the beginning of my life.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. There's not much life left to be a
But even like as a quote unquote anonymous VTuber on the internet, like I would never talk like this about somebody.
escaping. I think you gotta lock in. I think you gotta read a book.
Yeah.
When my dad would get really drunk every single night,
So it runs in the family. Oh my god.
come home, fight with my mom, I'd be playing video games.
What the fuck? I should have watched the rest of the clip before saying anything. Jesus.
I've been playing games as an escape forever.
Holy trauma dump, dude. You know, just all this booze sitting on the table right in front of them while they're talking about alcoholism.
Like I genuinely love it. And I love streaming. I remember that night when after I vented about my, relationship with my brother, and
That was venting?
I kept playing games, and I didn't want to end stream because I didn't want to be alone with my own thoughts.
Yeah, you don't want
after.
to deal with like the.
I didn't want to. So I was like trying
But she still isn't regretting streaming that day or what she said. She's just like saying it's a part of grief, dude.
to keep streaming. I was like, wait, I'm actually just tired. Like, I think I need to face reality and accept the fact that I'm not okay and I need to process this.
Yeah.
Jesus, now I feel like a dickhead. Albeit, I'm not 32 yet, so I haven't unlocked empathy. But then again, she only started crying and used her ult after she got the backlash, so, suspicious. So far, we're unfazed.
To monetize their own like insidious like interpretation of what you're doing. Like,
Yes. Also, insidious,
Base.
a big word. Did Ludwig teach you that one?
God damn, bro.
That's crass.
And you know what? She hit the nail on top of the head here. I'm just trying to monetize and feed my family of 5. Which is why, for the next 10 people, if you use code Valkyrae on my merch shop,
Oh
you
my
get
God.
20% off. Get yourself an unemployed shirt or an unemployed hoodie to support the channel. I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get back to Valkyrae here. Oh, and in case you forgot, she is 34 years old. These are the people saying you have no empathy, by the way, if you don't let in infinity brown people into your country. They don't even care about their
What the fuck?
own family. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm done hating on Canadians.
Okay, no, this brings up a good point though, because like Steele told me that they did a study, and it seems like people on the far left are more concerned with like world empathy as far as like, you know, like the situation in Palestine and like earthquakes and stuff like that happen everywhere, and like that's where like a lot of the social justice and stuff comes from. So it's just like they have more empathy for the broader spectrum of people, whereas like the people on the far right have way more empathy for the people that are in their immediate circles. I think I explained that correctly, but it's like it is an interesting aspect because you do see it's like it plays into that study unironically for that joke.
At least they had a chess world champion. Bangladesh, on the other hand, I got you, fellas. So your brother dies, and your first reaction is to go live on Twitch and talk shit about him. Interesting. Hey, that's the dude from the Mr. Beast videos. And again, I'm not here to talk down on Pokimane and tell her what she is allowed and what she isn't allowed to feel. I genuinely don't care. She's allowed to not like her brother, but sharing this and live streaming and broadcasting
Yeah,
it to
and
the
like-
world is very, very, very out of touch. You're a streamer. There's bound to be people that don't like you. That's normal. That's just a part of success.
that then they decide to pick you apart for having a very normal part of grief.
Okay, you know what? This guy deserves
That you broadcasted on the internet.
an award or something because, bruh, this is the best thumbnail I've ever seen. Woman.
I know you have the privilege where like, okay, just don't stream.
Privilege.
Your brother died, right? Like people will say that, just don't stream. But that's also like, admittedly, streaming is one of my biggest coping mechanisms.
Mine too.
But like using it to vent about what you're trying to distract yourself from isn't using streaming as a coping mechanism is different than using streaming as your therapist or like using streaming as like your journal. Like there's a difference. Like I don't come on here and talk about all the shitty things that happen to me. I talk about the hee funny shitty things that happen to me, like the palm full of splinters and stuff. But like the most I say about like when we're dealing with family stuff is like I'm dealing with something with my family, or like I might mention like the grandmother, like my grandmother being in the hospital situation, or like sorry, my whatever. Either way, my granny being in the hospital. But like, I also kind of like chase things with like, I don't know how it's going. I wouldn't be taught to if it wasn't important, like that kind of thing. But like, I'm not sitting here being like, guys, my granny just ended up in the fucking hospital, and like, God, how inconvenient for me. Like,
I mean, if you ban everyone who disagrees with you,
but I'm also not crying about it on the internet either. It's just like, if I'm a little bit quiet today, it's just because I got some news. I'm so sorry. And then like, so people don't freak out, I do usually typically give an extra little bit of info. It's very quick, short, simple, to the point. And like I always say, like, I'm fine, everything is fine, I'm just a little stressed. That's all it is. Easy peasy, the video.
I can see how streaming can be comforting, I guess.
I do care. I am sad.
Yeah.
I'm just showing it in a very immature way. I do think that I showed it in an immature way. I do wish I was
I
a little
don't
bit.
know.
I wish I was a little more reserved. I wish I just wasn't so. You know how we get when we start making jokes about
Yeah,
our
yeah, I get it.
trauma?
I get it.
I feel like some people
I mean, I
do
think-
that where we start just
You weren't joking though.
try to lighten the mood by joking too much
Yeah.
about something
Where
that's
was the
actually
joke?
serious, because it, it makes it a little bit more lighthearted when in reality it's actually very inappropriate.
Damn, you'll never see the Clippers clip this one. I had to search for this myself, and I feel like she's saying pretty normal things.
And it's definitely too soon. So I think I did a lot of that, just a lot of trying to feel better and
Yeah.
not knowing how to.
I mean, I do think the biggest thing that like you and I both need help with is like just taking that pause.
yeah.
Yes.
We need to learn how to.
Probably shouldn't have gone like that. We
Yes,
do have a bad
yes.
coping mechanism.
Someone just said,
But like, it's not using it to cope if you're using it as like a journal or a therapist, though. Like that is, don't get me wrong, that is a coping mechanism. But like the way that she was describing it is that streaming and gaming is a distraction, whereas she just used it as like a fucking journal.
that's crass. And holy, Asmund Gold Deftones, Frogan chimed in.
Now, I've seen these clips. We're talking about Valkyrae. It is, in fact, a massive day for the unemployed. I am going to be as fair as humanly possible.
Man, that stupid bitch Valkyrae. Oh God, she is about 24 years too old for my liking. My Genshin Impact baddies are 10. Speaking of 10, that's how many years my guns were taken away. Her and the state of Texas. I didn't do nothing.
But a lot of these women's beauty disappears after they take a shower.
Subscribe if Tectone's never taken a shower.
It reminds me of a tweet I saw yesterday. It was like, OnlyFans detected, opinion irrelevant. And I was just like, bro. And then someone was like, or like any of them, like all of the like set sport platforms. And I'm just sitting here like, bruh, it's just getting so boring and so tiring to like sit here and like have opinions about this anymore. Because it's just like, I'm so sick of things just being like, oh, you have an OnlyFans, like your opinion is irrelevant. And it's like, oh wow, didn't realize that posting a nude made me like inhuman. I'll remember that next time you send a fucking dick picture, you asshole. It's just like, bro, y'all are just upset because you can't make money off your dick pics. Have you ever fucking tried? Maybe if you tried, try making money off of your fucking nudes. This whole situation is wacky. This whole situation is wacky.